This will be the good life. This is what we live for.
Welcome to 24 Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Pleasure to be here.
You almost didn't make it.
No, but we're here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
So, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
So, what we do here a lot of times is we bring different entrepreneurs on in the Valley, just kind of talk about their business, talk about, how'd you start, all those good things like that, right?
Okay.
So, before we get started, I want you to introduce yourself to everyone.
Yes, my name is Mary. I am a professional makeup artist. I own Salon Makeup Studio in downtown Phoenix, so specializing in classic natural glam for the most part, but I cover all areas of glam. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Right. So, how long have you been in business?
I've been in business officially 3 years. I've been doing makeup for 9 years, though, so it doesn't feel like that long. But I'm like, all right, I'm starting to get in there a little bit.
Okay,
you know?
so let's come back up a little bit, right? So, what was Mary doing before she was doing makeup?
Before I was doing makeup, I worked at Banner Behavioral Health Hospital. So that's my background. So my undergrad is psychology, my master's is applied psychology. So more so.
Wait! Don't you got a master's?
Yeah, master's degree.
Okay, you try to go over that so fast.
Oh no, yeah.
That's nice.
So thank you, but ultimately I always had makeup in my back pocket. That was kind of how I hustled my way through school. So I did makeup, and that's kind of how I paid my way. So throughout work, once we kind of hit the pandemic, work got a little hectic for me. So that's when I switched gears. I FMLA'd from work, and I opened up a business at the time when everybody was shutting down. So
this was COVID?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
So what gave you, like, so when people think about starting a business, like, it's a lot of stuff that goes into it, right?
Yeah.
So when you decided to leave from, your 9 to 5 to start a business, did you have a lot of support?
No.
No?
No. So, and I honestly wasn't prepared. Like, honestly, me choosing to just step into makeup was seriously a leap. And I just knew ultimately, like, having my degrees, I've been in the game for a long time. Like, I knew I could always have a fallback when it came to work. But ultimately, I needed the freedom and the will to do what I needed to do. Like, I'm a mom, things of that nature. So when COVID hit and the schools closed, we homeschooling, all of that kind of took a play into kind of what I needed to make happen next. So I'm just grateful to never have put my makeup brushes down, because when I opened my books, I got slammed at the time when nobody was doing nothing. So navigating with masks and gloves, but whatever.
So what really gave you that motivation to make that jump? So I know you said you had a passion, it was your hustle, you was going through school. Like, what, usually when someone decides to take that jump, to take that leap, it's something. Like, a words of encouragement, it's you hit a rock, it was something frustrating with your current 9 to 5. Like, what was it to really give you that push to say, hey, I need to do this?
So ultimately, sometimes you feel like you're like pulled in a lot of different directions. So kind of when I made the choice, that's where I was. I was still working, but I still had makeup clients sometimes. I'm trying to figure out homeschool, leaning on the family to take care of my daughter. So I just kind of asked myself, like, what would make the most sense? Like, if I stopped and worked for myself, I could make it. Like, would it be hard? Yes. At that point, I had only formed an LLC like 2 years before that, but I didn't step no further than that because I really didn't know what I was doing at the time. But once I chose, like, I made a decision, like, oh, this how I'm going to, like, eat, live, and breathe for a little bit. Like, I'm not just leaning on my own self. So it's like you just kind of have to. Like, when you don't have no choice, you just kind of lay all your decks out, you know what I'm saying, and figure out what's going to make it happen.
Did you get help with your LLC or anything, or you just...
No, I figured it out on my own.
Researched and you just did it on your own? Wow. So do you have a history of, like, entrepreneurs in your family?
So, yes, but no, now that I am an entrepreneur. Does that make sense? So my sister, she does hair. She's always done hair. She got her own hustle. My brother's a barber. My other sister paints. So the hustle is kind of what I know from them. But when it comes to, like, legally being structured, like knowing what opportunities that you do have as a small business, how to really grow, how to scale that narrative of it, not so much. You know what I mean? Yes, there's a way that you can kind of, like, turn your hustle into your thing and kind of make it something, or you could just kind of be stagnant with it. I don't want to be stagnant with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
considering I was making a whole shift, I'm like, how can I make this work? So no, I researched everything on my own. By the time I got to a point where I wanted to reach out to mentors and programs, I don't know how many people have told me, like, I don't even know how I can help you. Like, it seems like you kind of already got it
Got it.
figured out. So it seems like you just kind of need to just keep on going. So
Right.
that's kind of what I took from it.
So when you first start, right? So a lot of our listeners are people that's, been debating about starting a business. They're
Yeah.
kind of teeter-tottering, that line or whatever. So what were some of the most difficult challenges in really when you decided, right, I'm gonna start this business, I'm gonna start my LLC, my passion is doing makeup, I'm about to do it. So you registered for your LLC, you did all that. What were some of the toughest challenges, like first starting off?
Like really getting people to ultimately like take you serious. Like you starting something that's like only in your head, like nobody else could see, but you
Right.
want people to support it, to feed into it, to tell other people about it. So you like, how can I create something that's like as good? You know what I
Right.
mean? So I mean, ultimately, in that sense, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you didn't have, so it wasn't nothing where you was like, man, this for the birds. I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
No, I don't really look at anything that way because I
No.
feel like we all got the same 24, but none of us are here for long at the same time. So it's like if there's something you want to do, like when I tell you there's nothing to it but to do it. So I don't look at anything that way. So it's like as much as I want to answer that, I would be speaking for others, not myself. So it's like
Right.
at the same time when people are looking into being an entrepreneur, it's really just doing it. It's not going to be easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It's
Right.
terrible most days, but at the same time it's yours, like something that nobody can take from you. So at the same time it's like that's not going to come easy. Like we kind of look at people a lot of times and see their success and think like somebody gave it to them or that it just came at the
Right.
ease of like no. And you want to have that story too when somebody asks you like how did I, how can I, what can I, like the greatest gift you can give to somebody is knowledge. So
Right.
why not go out there and pick up the tray for yourself to figure it out, to see. That'll be the greatest gift you can give to anybody
So
as
you
an
don't,
entrepreneur.
right. So you don't have no regrets
No,
about jumping out and saying, hey, I'm about to start my business.
no, no. When I was working at Banner, I came from like 12-hour shifts. I was 7 years at the hospital. Before Banner, I was at Phoenix Children's. Like that's all I knew.
Right.
So I really had no, no clue what I was doing. No clue.
No.
No, not a clue. So, no.
And you just learned it on your own.
Yes.
Okay. So now you got there, so you had, and you say you had your friends, how you grew up with,
Yeah.
classmates or whatever like that, right?
Yeah.
So when it came to, from behavioral health, hospitals and stuff like that to now doing makeup and stuff like that, right? I hear that that's a competitive field. Is it?
Like the mental
Like
health
competitive?
industry.
No, the makeup as
You
a
know
makeup artist.
what? No, I feel like there's a lot of makeup artists, but even at the same time, like all my peers, like everybody got their own style. Like we all have something different that we're bringing to the table. So, which I appreciate because at the same time, if somebody comes to me, I know that they're looking for something. As much as I want to pat myself on the back, let me know that one of my makeup sisters can or will. Like I'm
Right.
able to. So, not so much competition because there's more collaboration that I see in our community more than anything, which is why I appreciate it. It made me feel good about stepping into something new because I'm like, I got a lot of people who support me, and
Right.
I see we're able to respect the art. Like there's no right or wrong way for makeup. It's however a person want to wear it. Sometimes
Right.
we can look at it and be like, oh, I don't like that, but they love it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's about being able to give that to someone else. So competition, no, absolutely not.
No.
There's no such thing.
No.
No.
So how I'm a guy, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So this may sound like a crazy question, but how when you say you used to be in mental health, right?
Yes.
And then you're talking about makeup and stuff like that. Like when do you have like I guess what I'm trying to say is like how important is makeup to women? Like when you talk about self-esteem, moral for whatever the case may be, like how important is that?
Okay, so we're gonna get real.
Okay,
So
let's
let's
get
let's
real.
let's hope I don't need tissue, but we're gonna get serious.
Okay.
So I have always loved makeup, like forever.
Okay.
When I was in high school, my mom never let me wear it, but I went to Catholic high school, so
Okay.
all my friends wear makeup. So like, oh
Right.
my goodness, I could dabble into it a little bit, but not ever.
Right.
Once I got to college, I did whatever I wanted to, of course. So, and that's kind of how I became the girl who was doing everybody's makeup, because I
Gotcha.
was, So, after, once I had my daughter, and my daughter was a twin, so I had my daughter's at 28 weeks early. I lost the baby at 2 days old. So I spent 98 days in the NICU with my daughter, the most tragic experience of my whole life. And in that time, I got tired of like being the girl whose baby died. I was like down bad, of course, you know what I mean? But in that time, when I would do my makeup and come out of that room, and those nurses would be like, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful," or that little bit of lift me up. And I was doing that for myself. I wasn't doing
Right.
that for
For
anybody
nobody
else.
else,
You know what I
right.
mean? And a lot of times I feel like there's a stigma on makeup. Like people think it's being worn because, you want to look like someone else, and everyone wears it how they want to. You
Right.
know what I mean? But what I can tell you what that did for me in that time, no lie, after I had my daughter, she got home from the NICU. That's when I never looked back. You ain't gonna catch me nowhere. I was there in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So from that moment, I was going live on Facebook every Tuesday and Thursday, just trying looks, doing stuff. That was my grievance space. That's where I was able to find a true home. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So working in psychology, being a therapist of some sort, when I'm talking to people who kind of like lack a certain part of self-esteem, not that makeup is important, but in a sense, it helps you to show up as your best self in whatever manner. And it kind of can depend on what you do. So it's like some people value their image and some people don't. And no harm, no foul to either or. But it's like for those who do, us who specialize in makeup, like we need that. Like we love that for you because we want to bring that to you. So just to see like how I came into it and what it's done for me, that's the gift I want to give to someone else. You know?
Right. Yeah. Because I see a lot of, I ain't going to say a lot of people, but like, you see on social media and stuff, so many things have different stigmas or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's crazy you say that because don't hurt me. Don't
No,
fall
of
me
course.
for it. But like a lot of time I had that mindset of like, oh, they just wearing makeup because Beyonce's wearing the makeup, or they're just wearing that makeup. But you're saying it's a lot of people, it goes deeper.
It does. It really does. And it could. So I would hope that if someone is like wearing makeup, if they're into it, it's for them. Now, of course, we got some people who wear it for other reasons. Now that's when we're hitting a different level of inner work. That's not what we're here
Right.
for this time. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yes, that does exist, but at the same time, it's so much deeper for people. Like some people are on TV every day, on film. You got movies where there's FX. You got all kind of stuff out here now. So it's like, yes, it's all about how you look at it, and we have to allow people to have their own perspectives, and more so when it comes to like guys, even ladies who come in, they always tell me, "Oh, not too much because my husband or my man." You know what I mean? And I totally understand that. So it's like that's where we can kind of look and say, okay, how can we kind of put a little jazz on her to where it's still respected by somebody who has a different perspective about makeup.
Okay. So do you only do women's makeup? Do you do
No.
do you do
No.
men's makeup as
Yeah.
well? Yeah?
Yes.
Do you do a lot of men's makeup?
You know what? I've had the lovely opportunity to more so do it as of recent. And when I tell you it's been for so I got to work for CBS Sports, Final Four. So cool, right? Most of them on my call sheet, it was all guys. And I was like, what? Look, I had one lady, Lisa Leslie, by the way. But everybody
Okay.
was guys.
I seen that. Didn't you post a clip of that?
I didn't post it. Yes. But I was
Yeah,
tagged. Yes,
yeah,
no.
okay.
I don't ever post my content, y'all. I'm getting better. I'm
Right.
gonna get better. But when I saw that, it was like, okay, because it's more like classic. Like you're just covering up scars, redness, things like
Right.
that. So I'm more so seeing like what comes with like grooming when it comes to men on set. Because they went over it a little bit in school when
Right.
I went to school, but more so women wear it. So it's like I've kind of been just selling my way through, but it's working out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And it's more like on sets and stuff like
Yes.
that. But
Yeah.
it's not full on like women.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
Now, you will have some. Like, there was one who sat, he wasn't in my chair, but he did ask. He asked for a full face. And if you still saw, it was just, he looked like himself, but you could tell there was a layer of coverage on him. So you'll notice they have their own perspective of how they want to look. They're going up on TV to be in front of everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why the same time as makeup can be challenging. It's not hard at all. You can ask the person like, "What do you like? What do you want? What can I do for you?" It's their world, whatever.
So is it any kind of particular like trick to makeup, or is just so if someone come to you and say, you know what, I don't feel pretty, like I want you to like glam me up, I want you to put makeup on me, like how do you go about that?
So first, and asking them like if they do wear makeup already, like tell me what they have. I kind of like listen through their products. If I'm familiar, okay. If I'm not, then I
Right.
want to know like what's their ultimate goal. Like when you put your makeup on every day, what you want to look like? Is this an everyday glam? You want to, but ultimately once you learn the basis, the levels, it's nothing but more or less. You know what I
Right.
mean? So have them come in. Hey, what's your style? We kind of just go through what they would want to do. Teach them how to do it on themselves. Leave them with the steps, with the tools, the products, therefore they can go and practice. But you have to practice. You ain't just gonna get it.
Right.
It's kind of like everything else, but more so and not feeling confident. You have to. It starts with the inside. Like, are you taking care of yourself? Are you
Right.
good? You taking care of your skin? You drinking your water? What?
So
You
all that
know?
matters.
Oh my God! Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you seem like you a little bit more than just a makeup artist.
Well,
You seem
yeah.
like you're an instructor. So
I have to be.
so
Like I want people to trust me with their face in my hands. So yeah, in order for it to like come out in the way that they expect, I don't want to give you no false expectation of anything. So I want you to know everything that you may have to do. You got to find what products work for you. It's not just a,
yeah.
you know what I
So
mean?
I've
Yeah.
seen you do classes. Like what's your whole bag? Tell us your whole bag.
Yeah, so rather than booking a standard makeup appointment, I have one-on-one lessons. Whether you want to learn privately, you could do a group. Whether you bring in a group of friends, I hold
Okay.
seasonal classes. I try to do like 3 or 4 a year, but I'm not gonna lie, with this schedule of mine, it hasn't seen much of a class in a while.
Right.
And then I did just launch Slay Down University, so it's my mentorship program. So since I am a licensed makeup artist, so you're not required to be licensed in the state of Arizona to do
Okay.
makeup, but I am. So it allows me to license and certify others. So I started a mentorship program. So more so catching students fresh out of esthetician school or just girls who are wanting to go straight into the makeup industry. Coming in, doing a 96-hour apprenticeship. We're going over everything. Starter kit you get, all that good stuff. Kind of helps you to go off in the field and get going on your own, help you build a clientele. Ultimately, there is an investment in it, but of course, with the way my schedule works, I have two hands. I always need help. So, in
Right.
coming through the program, my hope is that you get a return of your investment, and working with me. If you want to stay on, cool. If not, cool.
Right.
But, giving the gift of knowledge ultimately is the core focus of my business, all in all. So,
So do you do like consulting? Do
I
you?
guess you can say so. Not that's not anything that I like put out there, but I
Right.
can say like among like my friends, my peers, like my small
Right.
business buddies. Absolutely, all day, every day. Because there are a lot of things that I like. I'm one of those people. Like if there's something you want to know, if I know, I'm going to tell you. If I
Right.
don't know, I'm gonna tell you I don't know, and I'll probably go try to find out.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I guess I can say I do so.
Yeah.
But not anything that I'm like putting a dollar on because you could tell anybody anything. They still got to go do something with it.
Right.
So I'm not gatekeeping nothing. If there's
Right.
something that you want to know or you want to, whatever. Yeah.
Right. So and then let me get this straight. You have your own studio, right?
Yeah.
So your studio is downtown,
Yes. Central and Monroe.
Central and Monroe, and what's the name of it?
Slay Down Makeup Studio.
Slay Down Makeup Studio. So can they Google that?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, go
Pull
Google
up
it.
on me.
Make sure you look
Yeah.
right here. I don't know where it's gonna be. We're gonna have the tag Instagram.
Yes, Instagram. Instagram is I have two. So I have my Instagram that's Slay Down MUA, and then the makeup studio has its own Instagram. It's Slay Down Studio, I believe,
Slay Down
because I
Studio?
just switched it. Yes, Slay
Yeah.
Down Studio. So I'm kind of in the middle of like a rebrand and a revamp because we're expanding a little bit. So
Okay.
yeah,
So guys, wherever it's at, you're gonna see me pointing.
yes,
All right. Go follow her. She's amazing. So a lot of people know I have my own clothing line. So I do a lot
yeah.
of photo shoots, which is 24. And she is my makeup artist.
And I love being a part. It's the best.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
guys see a lot of the models that we use get so many compliments, and that's all from our beautiful friend here,
Yeah.
Mary. And like she said, she's always giving knowledge. She's always giving free game, no matter when I call and ask for something. Now, at first,
Yeah,
you
it used to
know,
be a little hard for us to catch each
she was
other.
dodging me.
No.
She was dodging me, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So, I always like to tell people a lot of the time is the purpose of this is to give knowledge, to give
Yeah,
education, right? So a lot of people do a lot of podcasts, and I don't knock anybody on
of
what they do,
course. Yeah.
but here, like I said, if you're looking for reality TV, if you're looking for gossip, if you're looking for stuff like that, this is not the show for you,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
This show here is for just to talk about the knowledge, to talk about as an entrepreneur, your upbringing, certain things like that. So for our listeners, I always
Yeah.
like to ask people on the show
Yeah.
to give a gem. A gem is basically what is what is some advice? Give us one piece of advice that you can say that, when people hear this, it's like, man, like this is something that you can really, it can be something on makeup, it could be something as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. Like,
Yeah.
what is something that you've learned in your history that you say, you know what, this is really impactful, this has changed my life, this has helped me as an individual, as a person, as an entrepreneur?
Yeah. I have
What is
to.
something?
I'm gonna have to say, going entrepreneurship wise, like if
Okay.
there's something you want to do, you really have to just do it. You got to put yourself out there and you have to do it. If you need to get help, get a mentor, what have you. But 9 times out of 10, you could find the information on your own if you just get on the good foot.
What's the good foot?
That means just get to it. You know what
Get
I
to
mean?
it?
So
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people, we kind of like hesitate. We sit back, we wait. Just go for it. One step after the other, one step after the other, because you're going to keep having to take steps even after that time comes. So it's like the more you sit around waiting, time is passing you by. And we're all not promised that much time. So if there's something you want to do, please do it. You owe that to yourself. You owe that to your little ones if you have little ones, like whatever the case may be. And don't let fear be something that kind of trumps you, because that fear is what's going to bring the beast out of you to make the best of your business in the long run.
Okay.
Go
So
for it.
what if you have somebody come back and say, okay, they call me and say, hey, I heard what Mary said, but I don't know what foot to put first.
Yeah, so then that's nothing but a question. You can ask somebody like, so where are you in your business? What is it that you're trying to figure out? So we have resources all over the place. You yourself, your nonprofit has workshops like nobody's business ever so often, and they're free. So it's like, and sometimes people just don't know about those simple things, but that could be the answer to what they're getting. It could be somebody in that room that they're meeting to answer their question. So it's like something as small and simple as that. It's like, even if you don't know, I know people. Think about like when I didn't have the answer, not to say, because you did ask me, like, nobody helped you. And I'm like, well, like, no, but that was me going out to find it
Right.
at the same time. So it's like, yeah, I can, of course, nobody does anything on their own.
Right.
And, but
But I
still,
think that the big issue with that, what I notice a lot of time too, is like you said, they do have a lot of people that gatekeep,
yeah.
especially if it's
Or they
still
want to
in.
charge you for
Yeah, it's
it,
like,
some
oh well,
ridiculous price.
right,
Yeah, because
yeah,
even when I see what people charge just to file a LLC, I'd be wanting to throw my head to the back, because I'm
yeah,
like, for that, just have them go in there and pay the money themselves. If would
right,
you trying to get $20-$30 off the top, it's not even that real. Just give that to somebody. They still got to go on and do that. There's steps after the LLC, y'all.
right.
So no,
So
don't keep nothing from anyone. That no.
that's interesting. A lot of people don't feel that
I
way.
know. And that's why a lot of time in situations like you asked me, like, this is not the platform that I like to be on, because I'm sorry, I think a lot different from others, because I like to think what I would hope. I want somebody to give that to me. So I like to give that. You know what
Right.
I mean? That's more of like, that's more why people remember you. That's how you can be impactful. Like, give something to them that they could be looking for. Like, you never know. You could be the light in someone's little day. Just be the light. I don't know. So no, I I can't stand. I just don't like the idea of gatekeeping, especially when someone's asking. You
Right.
got people who just want stuff to fall in their lap. You won't know if you don't ask. We're taught that, right? So
Yes,
at the same time,
man.
be a
Do,
little light.
hey, do y'all hear it, right? So, man, you see how much knowledge she's spitting. On top of how much she slay the makeup, you gotta go check her out. You gotta
Thank
go
y'all.
follow her. I mean, she's the sweetest person ever. She's very professional. Every time you came on one of my sets, you brought all of your stuff. It
Yeah.
never had to be, hey, do you got a socket, or hey, you got a, like, she's
I got
always
my own
on,
extension cords,
like,
y'all.
everything. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story before we go. How awesome she is. So we had a photo shoot, and I think it's like my second photo shoot she did. I don't know if you remember, but as I start talking, you're gonna figure it out. And then she was like, okay, Ruben, I'm on my way. Can you send me the address? So I said, okay. So I sent her the address. So I'm like, I'm waiting. I was like, her Mary's never late. Like, why is she late? So I'm sitting here and I'm waiting. And then finally, I get a call from Mary's like, Ruben, I think I'm here. And I'm like, nah, I don't see you. Like, we're in the mountain. She's like, I'm not in the mountain. I'm on a farm.
Yes.
And I'm like, hold on, wait, what? And she was like, Ruben, like, and then I looked at the address, and I had gave you an address of one of our old photo shoots that was like an hour away.
No, it was so far.
It was
Even
an
when I
hour
pulled it up, I
away.
was like, oh my God. I'm always anxious about time. So,
Right.
yeah.
So when I was so nervous, and I was like, oh crap. And then the whole time you was like, Ruben, it's okay. It's okay. Like, where you at? And I'm like, you still gonna come? You was like, yeah, just send me the right address. And I was so nervous because people you deal with before, everybody knows
Yeah.
time is money and everything
Yeah.
like that. But you gave me a hard time, and the joking matter.
Yeah.
But you still wound up coming. You still was professional. You still came. You had a smile on your face. Like, your customer service was like by far top tier.
Oh,
So I want to
thank
give you
you.
your flowers.
I appreciate that.
And that's
There's
what
bigger
makes
things
me.
in the world to trip over, really. And when I had to think about that time, I'm like, when I think about you, like, I would never think of you to, like, to send me an hour out the way on no funny
Right.
business. Like, that's crazy. So I'm like,
Right.
no, like, things happen.
Right.
Just I'm going to be late. I hope it don't fall y'all back. Like,
Yeah.
no, never.
Yeah, no, but I just
But
wanted to tell
thank
that
you.
story
Of
to let you
course.
guys know, like, most people that have been cussing you
They've been
out, just like, oh,
tripping.
you gonna pay me, like, all that, like, none of it.
Yeah.
Always
Because I knew it
professional,
was love from the
always.
jump.
Ah, man,
Yeah.
thank you. So that's what I'm saying, man. Any of my people, all the people I know, make sure you tap in. So before we go, we wrapping up. We're gonna do a little bit rapid fire. It's a little
Okay.
bit personal.
Okay.
All right, you
All
ready?
right.
So when I ask you these questions, you just got to tell me the first thing that's on your head. We got 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
What's your favorite color?
Lavender.
Lavender?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's your favorite food?
Seafood.
Seafood.
Yes.
Do you have a lucky number?
12.
12? All right. If you can pick any restaurant to go to, what restaurant would that be?
I don't know. I'm such a foodie, so my head is like, my head is going crazy.
Just one. Just one.
Any steakhouse, I'll just say that because
Any
I can't.
steakhouse?
Yeah.
So y'all hear that? So
Yeah.
anybody want to give her gift cards or whatever, y'all hear it. All right.
I know
Your
that's
favorite
right.
vacation destination?
Jamaica.
Have you been there before?
Oh, yes. That's
Yeah?
why I love it. I'm always there. I love it. I'm going soon. I'm
Yeah?
going on August 15th. Yes.
All right. What is a place that you want to go to that you've never been before?
Thailand.
Thailand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Heels, sneakers, flats.
Sneakers.
Favorite time of day? Morning, afternoon, night, evening?
Morning.
So you're a morning person?
No.
No? So why you say morning?
Because I like the morning. I feel like they're easy. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like the mornings easy. It's a fresh start. You know, you set the tone for your day. I just love the mornings. It's better.
What's your favorite dish you can cook?
Like a pasta, like a Cajun pasta style vibe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Seafood in it?
Yes. That's what I see. Yeah.
Oh, so everything is
You get
actually
it.
seafood.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So from a business standpoint, is it someone that you would love, if you could pick anyone to do their makeup,
Oh.
who would that one person be?
See, now, I don't think that way. I have no idea. Like, if you were to ask me more so, like, what makeup artist would I like to work beside or something like that, like, who I love to seek after, I think of Danessa Myricks, like, people like that. Like, I don't know. I more so look at makeup that way. Like,
Okay.
versus like, oh, whose face do I want to paint? No, I'm grateful for whoever I'm able to touch, serve, glam, what have you. And I hope there's plenty more. I don't care who they are. You know what I
Right.
mean? But more so like what opportunities I'm able to come across to like grow my business and, just kind of learn from people who I seek after in
Right.
makeup. That more so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You always got all the
I know.
politically
I'm
correct answers.
sorry. But that's because my
Nah.
mind don't go there.
Good, good. Well, thank you so much. We really
Always. Of
appreciate it.
course. Appreciate
What
you.
we're gonna have to do, we have to link up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be taking the podcast on the road.
Okay.
So I would love to come down to your studio and actually do the podcast while you're actually glamming somebody up.
Oh, that'll be dope.
Right?
Yeah, so you can see the service because that's
so,
where it's at.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we're going to do. So eventually, 1 hour seasons, we're going to get to like a lot of our entrepreneurs and actually go to their place of business and kind of follow them around and really to let everybody see kind of the whole structure on how they do
I
those
love
things.
that because I feel like that's the meat and potatoes. You can get anybody to come to your website and book, but it's like, what are you, like, what's the feel when they come see you?
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Bet. So, hey, make sure you guys tune in, follow, like, share,
All of
comment,
it.
subscribe, all that. And then make sure you guys go follow her as well. Until next time.
Thank you.